wanted to talk about the moon. Last month, as you know, was the infamous blood moon. It had the entire mainstream media going nuts about the moon. The moon was all the rage last month, and everyone was talking about it.
Brian wanted to share what he has seen and experienced with me at Earth Files because he is convinced that an alien presence is living and working on this planet.
Resolve.
To make sure we had the laser leveled according to the globe Earth model, we did a slope correction on the laser. The curvature drop at 720 meters would be 0.04 meters, so we added this to the 1.25 meter laser height to get a perfectly horizontal line of the laser according to the globe Earth model. Since our laser was at a slope corrected height of 1.29 meters, and we aimed the beam to 1.32 meters, we had a 0.0023 degrees upward bend according to the global Earth model. So how does this leveling affect either model? Well, with the flat Earth water surface model, it results in the laser having a 0.005 degree upwards angle, resulting in the laser beam having a slight rise in height over distance. On the global Earth curved water surface model, it results in a 0.002 upwards angle. So let's see the test.
Antarctica. Talk about ancient civilization inhabiting Antarctica has existed for decades. What if, in the distant past, when Earth and Antarctica was much different than today, an ancient civilization developed there, creating fascinating structures, monuments and temples there? Would we find evidence of their existence today?
Brian and his crew also saw a huge football field-sized hole in the ice, only about 5 to 10 miles from the geographic South Pole, that was supposed to be a no-fly zone. But during an emergency medevac crisis, to speed up their trip, they flew across that no-fly zone and saw apparently what they were not supposed to see.
But in this video, I want to talk about the phases of the moon and what causes them, how they occur, and I made some visual aids to make this easier for you to understand.
A huge hole in the ice that looked like it was an entrance to an underground installation. Later at camp near Marie Birdland, some dozen scientists disappeared for 2 weeks. When they reappeared, Brian's flight crew was assigned to pick them up, and all were silent and appeared scared.
At 720 meters, the laser was leveled to 1.32 meters. At the next stop at 870 meters, the globe Earth and flat Earth measured 1.34. A couple stops later at 1800 meters, the globe Earth would have marked 1.58, instead was 1.42. At 2,670 meters, it would have been 1.92 meters on a globe. And at 3,716 meters, it marked 1.58 meters, and on the globe it would have marked 2.48. At 3,890 meters, it marked 1.6 meters. On the globe it would have marked 2.6. Then another 10 measurements were taken until the final measurement at 6 kilometers. In the globe Earth model, that would have resulted in a laser height of 4.32 meters. Instead, what was recorded was 1.79 meters, confirming the surface was flat.
So if one solar day is 360 degrees, and we could round up to make this a little bit easier. If there are 24 hours in a day, that means the sun moves 15 degrees per hour in the sky. One lunar day, which is one 360 degree circle of the moon above the flat Earth, divided by 24.83 hours, or 24 hours and 50 minutes, that's roughly 14.5 degrees per hour.
That would be near the South Pole. The AMP press release said the video shown to National Science Foundation researchers at the South Pole's Amundsen Scott Station showed a pyramid and, quote, other spectacular ruins and things they could not go into, close quote.
So the sun moves 15 degrees per hour, but the moon is slightly slower. It only moves 14.5 degrees per hour. This means that the moon loses 1/2 degree on the sun per hour. So if you calculate that for 24 hours in one day, that means the moon loses 12 degrees on the sun per day. 12 degrees per day times 30 days, which is roughly one lunar cycle, that gives you your 360 degrees. It's this 12 degree loss per day that causes the phases of the moon.
Like an inch is negligible to our measurement values. We can now conclude that the accuracy of the laser measurement is very precise and will give a conclusive result on the curvature experiment.
So let's start off by taking a look at this image I've created. This is an image of solar noon at 12:42 p.m. for Atlantic City, New Jersey. The sun is directly south of my location. Now we could fast forward 12 hours, make the sun and moon rotate in the sky, and 12 hours later we're going to reach what I call solar midnight. And at solar midnight on a full moon, the moon will be exactly 180 degrees south of you. That's because during a full moon, like tonight, the sun and moon are exactly 180 degrees opposite each other.
Bill Tompkins told me as a young man in early 1942, he was inducted into the U.S. Navy, where he was asked to make scale models from photographs of extraterrestrial aerial craft the various corporate Navy contractors had learned about through government intelligence operatives that included Nazi SS manufacturing of anti-gravity spacecraft.
So that's the moon in a nutshell. I've been studying it for the last few months, for about 4 or 5 lunar phases now. I've been observing and studying the moon. I think I've got it down to a science, and I believe that this is exactly what happens in the sky. The sun and the moon are creations, and they work in tandem with each other, and it is a work of art. It is absolutely perfect the way this works. The sun is the hour hand on a 24-hour clock. It gives us our days, it gives us our seasons, and the moon keeps track of the months. The months. We're 30 days, 1 month, 1 lunar cycle.
Yeah.
That's hitting me right now. I got it.
We've got the beam right in our faces here, and it's stayed nice and level. It's not quite on the board anymore, but we've still got it in our face, so it's great.
Just record that you have it on your body as a
Okay.
They couldn't see the laser anymore, not because of the curvature of the Earth, but because of sunlight and refraction. It was pretty hard to see the laser from that.